Good evening, everyone. My name is Harsh Anandani. I am a mathematics faculty currently working in Pune with 8.5 years of teaching experience. I worked with FITGI for 5 years in the Pune branch from 2014 to 2019, and after that, I worked with IITN Space for 2 years from 2019 to 2021. Uh, Before FITGI, I had worked in Bangalore with a company called Base Educational Services Private Limited, based out of Bangalore in 2013. Okay, so overall I have around 8.5 years of experience. By qualification, I am a software engineer. I have done my graduation from Dhirubhai Ambani Institute of Information and Communication Technology, Ahmedabad, Gujarat. I graduated in 2011, and I joined in Infosys as my first job, which was a campus placement. Okay, so today I'll be taking the topic circles as a demo. Okay, so starting with the definition of circle, basically circle is defined as the locus of a point. Circle is defined as the locus of a point which moves, which moves such that, which moves such that its distance, which moves such that its distance from a fixed point, which moves such that its distance from a fixed point remains constant, which moves such that its distance from a fixed point remains constant. Circle somewhat looks like this. The fixed point is called the center of the circle, and the locus of the point which we are trying to find is Px comma y. The variable point is Px comma y. So now point P has to move in such a way that it is always at a fixed distance from the fixed point center. Okay, so C is called the center of the circle. C is called the center of the circle, and the fixed distance is called the radius of the circle. R is the radius of the circle. So when we want to write the equation of a circle, we must know the coordinates of center. Coordinates of center is h comma k. So here I will use this PC is equal to R. So taking the square on both the sides, PC square is equal to R square, and then we will use distance formula to find the equation of the circle. So we apply distance formula. So x minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square is equal to R square. So whenever we are given the coordinates of center, which is h comma k, and we are given the radius of the circle, by applying this formula we can find the equation of the circle. Let's take an example on this. Suppose the coordinates of center is 1, 2 and radius equal to 5, and you are asked to find the equation of the circle. So here we can apply this form of equation, this form to find the equation of the circle. So here h is equal to 1, x coordinate of center is h, y coordinate of center is 2, so k is equal to 2. So when we apply this formula, x minus 1 whole square plus y minus 2 whole square is equal to radius square, which means 5 square. So expanding all the terms, you will get x square minus 2x plus 1 plus y square minus 4y plus 4 is equal to 5 square, which is 25. So simplifying this equation, we will get x square plus y square minus 2x minus 4y. 1 plus 4 will become 5, and 5 minus 25 is minus 20 equal to 0. So finally we get the equation of the circle like this: x square plus y square minus 2x minus 4y minus 20 equal to 0. Okay. Let's proceed to the next form, which is the general form of the circle. Okay. So let me erase this part. Now if we come to the next form is the general form of the circle. We can write the general form of the circle in this way: x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equals 0, where g, f and c are constants. G, f and c are constants. So whenever we write the equation in this form is called the general form of the circle. Now we must know how to find the coordinates of the center and radius in terms of g, f and c. when we have given the general form. So for this, what we will do is we will try to create a perfect square. So we add g square here, and then we have the term y square plus 2fy plus f square. C being the constant goes to the right hand side, so it becomes minus c, and then we add g square and f square on the right hand side as well to compensate for the terms on the left hand side. Okay, so the first three terms when combined they become the perfect square x plus g whole square. Similarly, these three terms when combined they will become y plus f whole square, and the right hand side term can be written as root of g square plus f square minus c whole square. Okay, so now when I compare this form with the standard form which I derived earlier, x minus h whole square plus y minus k is equal to r square. So this is form 1 and this is form 2. When I compare form 1 and form 2, I can observe here is that h is equal to minus g, k is equal to minus f, and radius is equal to root of g square plus f square minus c. So we can conclude that coordinates of center will be minus g comma minus f, and radius is equal to root of g square plus f square minus c. So whenever we are given the equation in the general form, g, f and c will be known constants, and then using these formula for center is minus g comma minus f, and radius is root of g square plus f square minus c. Using these two formula we can find the coordinates of center and radius of the circle. Okay, so let's continue here. Let's take an example of this form, which is the general form. So suppose the example is we are given an equation in general form is like this: x square plus y square plus 10x plus 8y plus 3 equal to 0. Okay, and we are asked to find the coordinates of center and radius. So first of all, by comparing this equation in the general form, we get g is equal to 5, f is equal to 4 and c is equal to 3. Coefficient of x is 2g, therefore g will be 5. Coefficient of y is 2f, so f is equal to 4 and constant term is 3. So now we know the coordinates of center is minus g comma minus f. So coordinates of center will be minus 5 comma minus 4. And then we can apply the formula for radius as root of g square plus f square minus c. Therefore square root of g square minus 5 square will become 25. F square, value of f is 4, so 4 square will become 16 and minus 3. So 25 plus 16 will be 41. 41 minus 3 is 38. So this will be square root of 38. Okay. So using this formula, by substituting the values of g, f and c, we get the value of radius as square root of 38. Okay. Now let's come to the concept of x-intercept of a circle. Okay, what do you mean by x-intercept? So basically, whenever we draw a circle, suppose the circle cuts the x-axis at 2 points. So these 2 points are A and B. So the portion of the x-axis which is cut by the circle, the length of that portion is called as the x-intercept. Okay. So here I will derive the formula for the x-intercept. Suppose the equation of circle is given to us in general form. So what we will do here is we will try to find the coordinates of these points A and B. Both these points lie on the x-axis, therefore their y coordinate will be 0. Right, so in order to determine the values of x1 and x2, what we will do here, we will put y is equal to 0. When you put y is equal to 0, you get a quadratic in x, which is x square plus 2gx plus c is equal to 0, which has two roots, x1 and x2. Right, we are interested in finding the length AB. So AB is equal to mod of x1 minus x2, which can be written like this: root of x1 plus x2 whole square minus 4x1 x2. Right, and then x1 plus x2, since x1 and x2 are the roots of this quadratic equation, x1 plus x2 will be written as minus b by a. So minus 2g whole square and minus 4 x1 x2 is product of roots. Product of roots will be 4c, and you take square root of that. So 4g square minus 4c, complete square root of that. Root of 4 will become 2. So this is 2 root g square minus c. Okay, so whenever we want to find the x-intercept for a circle whose equation is given in general form, we can directly apply this formula 2 root g square minus c to find the x-intercept. Okay. So similarly, we can write the y-intercept. We can write the formula for y-intercept as y-intercept is equal to 2 root f square minus c. Okay, since x-intercept is 2 root g square minus c, y-intercept will be equal to 2 root f square minus c by following the similar approach as I did for the x-intercept. Okay, now let's take an example on this method. Okay, suppose we are given a equation of a circle in general form x square plus y square plus 10x plus 6y plus 1 equal to 0, and x-intercept and y-intercept are asked in the question. Okay, so first of all what we will do is we will try to find the values of g, f and c by comparing the general form. So g will be equal to 5 because this is 2g, f is equal to 3 and c is equal to 1. And now we apply the formula for x-intercept and y-intercept. So x-intercept is 2 root g square minus c. So 2 times square root of, substituting the value of g here, so 5 square will become 25 and minus 1. So this becomes 2 root 24. Now 24 is nothing but 6 into 4. So this can be written as 2 root 6. So 2 root 6 into 2. So which means this is 4 root 6. And similarly now if we apply the formula for y-intercept is nothing but 2 root of f square minus c. So 2 times square root of f square minus c, and now substituting the values of f and c. Value of f is 3. So 3 square will become 9 and minus c. Value of c is 1. So 9 minus 1. So this becomes 2 times root of 8. Root of 8 is nothing but 2 root 2. So 2 root 2 when you multiply by 2, so this will become 4 root 2. Okay, so this was the equation of circle which was given to us, and we were asked to find the x-intercept and y-intercept, and by applying the formula for x-intercept and y-intercept, I got the values as x-intercept equal to 4 root 6 and y-intercept is equal to 4 root 2. Okay. So now let's take another example based on this. Suppose the equation of circle is like this: x square plus y square plus 2ax plus 6y plus 3 equal to 0. Okay, and they have given the length of x-intercept as say 5. Then they are asking find the value of a. Find the value of a. Okay, so this equation of circle is given to us in the general form: x square plus y square plus 2ax plus 6y plus 3 equal to 0. X-intercept is given to be 5, and then they are asking find the value of it. Okay, so what we will do in this question is, we know the formula for x-intercept. Okay, the formula for x-intercept is 2 root g square minus c. Okay, first of all we will compare this equation with the general form and identify g, f and c. Coefficient of x is 2g, so 2g is equal to 2a. This means g must be equal to a. Okay, coefficient of y is 2f, so 2f is equal to 6. This means f is equal to 3, and constant term is given to us as 3, so c is equal to 3. Okay, now x-intercept is already given in the question, so we will substitute the value of x-intercept by 5. So x-intercept is equal to 5, then 2 times square root of value of g is a, so we will substitute g is equal to a, so g square will become a square minus c. Value of c is 3, so root 2 root a square minus 3. Now when you take square on both the sides, this becomes 25. 2 square will become 4, and this will be a square minus 3. So 5 square is 25, 2 square is 4, and when you take square of this, square root will be eliminated. So we get 4a square minus 4 into 3 is 12. So 25 is equal to 4a square minus 12, which means 4a square is equal to 25 plus 12, which is 37. So we get value of 4a square equal to 37. So a square is equal to 37 by 4. This means a will be equal to root 37 by 2 and plus minus. Okay, so there are two possible values of a: plus root 37 by 2 and minus root 37 by 2. Okay, So I hope this solution was satisfactory and it explained the concepts which were required to find the value of A. Okay. So let me just erase this part. Now we come to the topic of position of point with respect to a circle. Position of point with respect to a circle. How do we determine whether a point is inside, outside or on the circle? Suppose a circle is given to us x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0. A point P x1 y1 is given to us. Then how do we determine whether a point is inside, outside or on the circle? So it's simple. Suppose the center will be minus g comma minus f here. So if a point P is outside, then it automatically implies that its distance from the center of the circle, which is PC, must be greater than the radius of the circle. If a point is lying outside the circle, then obviously its distance from the center of the circle will be greater than the radius of the circle. So if we take square on both the sides, PC square will be greater than R square. And then here we can apply the distance formula. So x1 plus g whole square plus y1 plus f whole square is greater than r square, where r square is g square plus f square minus c. Okay, so if we take square here, if we expand all the terms, so this will become x1 square plus 2g x1 plus g square. Here it will be y1 square plus 2fy1 plus f square is greater than g square plus f square minus c. G square and f square will be cancelled from both the sides, and the term c will come to the left hand side and become positive. So this will become x1 square plus y1 square plus 2g x1 plus 2f y1 plus c is greater than 0, which in short I can write as s1 is greater than 0. Okay, because s1 means the value which we get by substituting the coordinates of the point in the equation of the circle. Okay, this is nothing but s, x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equal to 0. This is the equation of the circle which is denoted by s. When I substitute the coordinates of p x1 comma y1 in the equation of the circle, what I will get is s1. So that is why I have replaced it by s1. So s1 is greater than 0. So from here we can conclude that whenever a point, if we substitute a point and get a positive value, then that point lies outside. If we substitute the point in the equation and get a negative value, that means it is inside. And if we substitute a point and get the value equal to 0, this implies it lies on the circle. So these are the three possibilities. When P is outside, S1 is greater than 0. When P is inside, S1 is less than 0. And when P lies on the circle, in that case S1 is equal to 0. Okay, when P is outside, S1 is greater than 0. When P is inside, S1 is less than 0. And when P lies on the circle, S1 is equal to 0. So these are the three possibilities or three situations where we have to, in which we can distinguish the concept of position of point with respect to a circle. Okay. So I hope my explanation was satisfactory in explaining this concept. So whenever a question comes on position of point, we need to substitute the point in the equation, and then depending on the sign of the value which we get, if the value comes out to be positive, then we conclude that the point is outside. If the value comes out to be negative, then we conclude that the point is inside. And if the value is 0, then it implies that the point lies on the circle. Okay, so I hope my class was satisfactory and I tried to explain the concept in the best possible manner, and I hope it cleared all your concepts very well. Okay, thank you very much.